If you're wondering what's happening in my life, I have been in between projects, and this is a Vivian romaine lettuce, and it gets up to about 16 to 20 inches tall and only about 6 to 8 inches wide, and it's great for AeroGardens. Unlike the dark rodent lettuce that you see here, these plants are perfectly sized and have a nice taste for salads, and I've started those in a second AeroGarden. Those young plants are heavily contrasted to the two AeroGarden Golden Harvest plants that I have planted here, and I've taken several cuttings off of these tomato plants to start out new plants, and I probably would like to pull those out eventually and start new cuttings, or actually I'm looking forward to trying a different variety from AeroGarden. It's called Red Harvest, which is a slightly smaller plant and probably better suited to the AeroGardens than what the Golden Harvest is. I currently have nothing started in my seed starting decks, and I'm hoping to get more going for the winter. I will probably try to start some snowball cauliflower plants that I can grow in a crack-key, non-circulating passive hydroponic system. I will probably start a few other plants as well, such as tequila sunrise peppers, which have about a 0 to 500 Scoville scale, and perhaps some other plants that will last throughout the winter, which I can eat for adding to fresh foods for the kitchen. I showed you the two Golden Harvest AeroGarden tomato plants, and if you look at this particular one, this came from a cutting, and so actually it's 286 days old as well. But it looks much fresher because it's a cutting, or some people will call it a clone, and there's only one plant growing in this 14-gallon non-circulating hydroponic passive system, which is based off the crack key method. And I am hoping to perpetuate the plant by perhaps maybe taking a few more cuttings off this healthier looking plant and continue to grow it. It seems to do quite well in about a 14 to 20 gallon container. And the light above it is a Vivosun VS 1000, which is dialed down to about 50 watts of LED strength. Changing topics just a little bit, this massive bar light is an LED light from GrowStar. And this particular light can go up to just over 200 watts. However, I have it dialed down at the moment. Reason for that is the cucumber plants that you see planted below that light are based off of cuttings from another cucumber plant that is currently pulled out, but the plants that you see in front of you are around 150 days of age, and this is beyond a first cutting. This is not the first cloning, but it's actually not the second cutting. It is actually the fourth cutting. So I'm trying to see how well cucumber plants respond to perpetuation, to continue taking cuttings and growing over the winter, or just even outdoors, how long the clones will go. The system I'm growing it in is a circulating system. However, the last thing that I had growing in there had clogged the pump, which is at the base of the unit. And rather than take the pump apart, I am currently switching over and using the 6.6 gallon container as a crack key non-circulating container, and you could tell that the clones are not disputing that at all. As a matter of fact, some of the cuttings are starting to produce cucumbers already, and looking inside, Look at those beautiful roots. That is a 2-inch net cup, a neoprene clone collar, no grow media. And cucumber roots have a tendency to float on the water, but there is 6.6 gallons of half-strength nutrient water. And look at the aeration roots as well as the water/nutrient gathering roots on those cucumber clones. I am circulating some of my units out from growing these plants in my office. This is one of the units that I got for testing from Mars Hydro. It's actually fairly well situated with its wattage for the lights, but you could tell that the light hood does not go down any lower than what you see here. And one of the issues that I ran into was if I started seeds in the 12 seed starting decks, that the light hood would not go down enough to produce a sturdy seedling. My seedlings tended to be tall, spindly, and not well suited. This particular Mars Hydro unit, I would say, is probably better for doing things like taking taller clone cuttings and continuing to root those out. In the future, I hope that Mars Hydro will adjust the light hood and produce a slightly better unit. I've reported this to them and they are taking that under consideration. So as I move into the winter season, I'm looking through my seed collection, trying to figure out what I'd like to grow. The AeroGarden Red Heirloom Cherry Tomatoes is heavily favored among AeroGarden growers. And I've also received several seeds from a pepper grower in California by the name of Aaron, who has grown these particular seeds. And Aaron has sent those to me. I would like to grow these two out of the collection. In particular, one is known for 0 to 500 Scoville units and will go great with cooking for everyone who loves a slightly less heat. The other one, the New Mex Easter, grows only to about 12 inches tall. So looking at the AeroGarden Bounty, which goes to 24 inches tall, it would be a great fit for those particular units. Gets up to about 50,000 Scoville units and would be great for making some sauces, dried powders, or even seasoning some of the foods in the kitchen. It is somewhat hard to tell, but I have a light snow falling outside my corporate office right now, and it will soon be time to focus entirely indoors. But I know that several others will be facing the same situation as I am. So there you have it. I just wanted to give a quick update for everyone and let you guys know what I'm doing right now. It has been a very busy time in my life, and thankfully I've been able to do several things in my personal life, but hopefully I will be able to share more things in the future with you.